Mr. Manzullo for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. If someone calls the CFPB about a complaint about a mutual fund, will that person be directed to the SEC, or would the CFPB investigate this complaint instead?
Congressman, I believe the boundaries on our jurisdiction are pretty clear, and that the consumer agency does not do
They don't get involved.
investment funds or other similar.
They don't get involved with investors.
I think that investment issues are left to the SEC.
Okay, in your letter to Congressman Randy Neugebauer, dated January 31st of this year, your concluding paragraph says, "I sincerely appreciate your thoughts and good counsel regarding the task ahead of us. Building this new bureau is exciting and challenging. I hope we can work together on behalf of the millions of Americans, large banks, community banks, credit unions, and investors who are counting on us to build a strong, independent, effective, and fair bureau that makes consumer credit markets work for everyone." You used the word investors.
I did, Congressman, and I have been reaching out to investors since the first.
But you just said that investment would be left to the SEC.
No, you asked me if there were a consumer complaint about an investment.
Right.
Would it be part of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau?
Right, and you said no.
And the answer is no. The investors I have been speaking with are those who invest in financial stocks. I've been meeting with them because I actually believe they are stakeholders.
Invest in financial stock, well, they would also be covered by the SEC. Isn't that correct?
If you'll permit me to explain, investors in financial stocks want to understand about what faces.
Well, I understand that, but the issue is the jurisdiction of the CFPB and the SEC. Now, who has jurisdiction over this, you or the SEC?
Congressman, it's clear that the SEC has jurisdiction if a consumer has a complaint about an investment.
So then you'll completely stay out of that whole area. Is that what you're telling us?
Of course, Congressman, because Congress has made it clear what that boundary is. Those who are investing in bank stocks, the same way that those who invest in airplane stocks.
But that's not your jurisdiction. Is that correct?
My jurisdiction is consumer financial products. And among the people who are interested in products.
I thought you answered the question clearly, and now you're backtracking on it.
No, Congressman, I'm not backtracking at all.
Does the SEC have jurisdiction and the ability to protect people who buy stock?
It is the jurisdiction of the SEC to deal with consumer complaints about investments. Absolutely.
Okay.
Sir.
So then, therefore, there'd be no room for CFPB to be involved in that issue. Isn't that correct?
Well, in the issue of consumer complaints about stocks, there is no reason for the consumer agency to be involved. Yes, sir.
All right. So you're going to stay away from that area.
We will not go beyond our jurisdiction. Yes,
okay.
Congressman.
The other question I have is in going through your testimony, it says on page 6, bottom, pages of fine printed long passages of legalese may serve some lenders, but they can make it impossible for the customer to know what's really going on. This is wrong. Average consumers who take out credit should not have to struggle to understand the basic agreement. Wouldn't you agree that the legalese that the banks and credit unions are using is there because of legal requirements or regulations?
Sometimes, Congressman, the fine print is there because of regulations. And
well, most of it is. When I practiced law, I closed 1,000 real estate transactions or more. We had one page. I could close it in 20 minutes. Now, Regulation Z and HUD 1, multiple pages, it takes 2 hours or more, and the consumer knows less because he can't read through all this stuff. But how are you going to go up against all these other agencies that are issuing these rules and regulations just say, this is unreasonable, let's go back to one page?
Congressman, when the transfer date comes and we pick up from the other 7 federal agencies.
Gentleman's time has expired. Sorry, we have
Sorry,
two more
I'm
questioners
sorry.
I want to try to get
Thank you, Chairwoman.
everybody. Mr. Ackerman?